let's switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about the downtown area that the main library branch is
Okay.
in, which is where we're at.
Sure.
And talk to me a little bit about the project that you went through years ago to kind of renovate this building in particular. Went through some major changes, and you also went. Your whole system
Right.
was done over with some updating. Talk to me a little bit about that project.
Well, we started planning that in the late 90s, and it grew out of a need to have more space in the main library and to upgrade and add some space to the branches. We ultimately added 127,000 square feet to this already large building. So we now have 367,000 square feet plus an underground parking garage, which is not included in that size count. And as I said, we either expanded, replaced, or renovated 11 of our 13 branches. The reason we thought the downtown location needed to be expanded, well, there were multiple reasons. As I said, just the needs for space. We have a very large traditional book collection in this place. I mean, larger than virtually any city of our size on a per capita basis. There's a long tradition of why that started and why we maintain it, but we have had a policy for many years of really keeping almost one copy of everything, except for the real light paperbacks and stuff. Many public libraries, because of size, space constraints, are more popular oriented. In other words, if a thing hasn't been checked out in X number of years, maybe it's going to have to be removed from the collection. We've had, I would call it the luxury, because of the wonderful support we've had in the community over the years, of developing a much more comprehensive collection. So we have things in our collection that might not get used often, but they're there, and we're very proud of that. The genealogy collection is a special collection, kind of in that tradition. There's no other public library, I'd say, in the world that is even close to this. That's a whole TV show of how that got started. I can't get into that, but we're very proud of that. So we needed more space for books, but it wasn't just books. We said, now are we building a book warehouse here? If that's all we're doing, why don't we just put up a warehouse someplace and we can store them out there, and then if somebody wants them, we can retrieve it for them. No, we didn't think we wanted a book warehouse at all. In fact, we consciously thought this through and concluded we're not in the book business. Books are a container. There are lots of other containers. We're also into videos and DVDs and databases and computer access. So what business are we in? And we said, we're in the learning business. We want to have a facility here in downtown that's all about learning. And after we got under construction, we got the financing approved. We had some naysayers, but we carried the day. We're very happy about that. Once we got under construction, I would bring people through here on tours of the building as it was going up. And I would often get the question, well, wow, this is already pretty big. Why do we, isn't everything on the internet? And I would say, well, think of it this way. We're walking through the mall for the mind here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff out on the internet, a lot of virtual things out there. And you can get to a lot of that from sitting at home in your underwear if you want. But people are people. People want to interact. And there are fewer and fewer places in our society or any society where people can do that freely, regardless of who they are, what their background is, what their beliefs are, what their income level is. Public library is that place, and we want it to remain that place. And we want to provide more reasons for people to come to the physical library, even though we give people lots of reasons not to come to the physical library. As I said, databases, e-books, downloadable audiobooks, all this kind of stuff. But there is still a real function, we think, for the physical library as the place where you learn stuff. You learn stuff from other people. You might learn something from going to an exhibit in our gallery, or attending a candidate night in our theater, or coming to a recital or a music program, or bringing your kids to the early learning center, or the book study tower where they can go up and curl up with a good book and read in a cozy little a little nook up there. So it's all about variety, but it always comes back to learning, and that's what the library is all about. Now, we said at the time that we thought this project, the library expansion, would be a catalyst for further development downtown. There were many people who were very skeptical of that. I don't want to say I told you so, but maybe I will say I told you so. We think that really did have that effect. Now, we're not taking credit for the downtown revitalization that we're seeing all around us, but we do feel there was a part that the library played in that, in getting that momentum started, turning things around a little bit, convincing people that cities, if they're going to be really cities, they do need a center. They do need a downtown. It can't just be a bunch of sprawl with nothing in the middle. And I think as you see some of these demographic studies of how younger people are reacting and the things that they want to have a vibrant, active city center. So we think we're part of that. The convention center expansion that took place about the same time as our project obviously had a lot to do with that. The Harrison Square project, Parkview Field, huge. And I think there are people out there who didn't believe in any of it, who are now thinking maybe they were wrong. Some of them even admit it. But this isn't a time to gloat. This is a time to celebrate, I think, the fact that we are seeing a resurgence in interest in downtown and just more things going on, just a higher interest level for our residents, our citizens. So if we were part of that, we're very proud to have been part of it.